Again, joining me here in studio for game 2 for tonight. It's going to be Lolpro subbing in for Curse, and Velocity Gaming having the nice little sub roster that they have here. Our legendary baby, Stefano, Viagra Pancakes, and I used to be cool. If you don't know their names, you should. They're astounding players. And we're back. We're out to the Rift, and we're going to see what the positioning is going to be, and maybe if there's going to be any invades.
You can see a defensive spread coming out from Velocity. Lolpro, on the other hand, grouping up. They're looking for the aggressive invade. They do have a stun from Leona, a lot of damage from Ziggs. They can very easily blow someone up, but if they go far forward into the enemy team that is already throwing skull shots at them, bad things could very easily happen.
Yep, and Karma with the monster up Q can be very dangerous in this team fight if it does happen. Viagra Pancakes does rock the pack Sivir. Does eat a bouncing bomb to the face, though. And with that, the aggression that Lolpro was trying to play and invade, they will just drop a single soul ward and back right on out, so they will also look to initiate a lane swap in the top lane as that Leona Lucian lane going to go up there.
Leona Lucian versus a Lee Sin. I like this because Lee Sin cannot do anything early on. We've seen Lee Sin's top lane before. The issue is he gets so much lifesteal that even champions like Renekton just can't survive versus him. And Shyvana will most likely build tanky, so as a result, the tanky Shyvana will have trouble surviving any sort of extended fight later on. You put him in a 2v1, it's already bad for him. He's not the best at it. But Leona Lucian, that just kills him. However, we do see Shyvana top lane as well.
Yeah, and they're looking for a red steal currently. So are they going to be able to get this for Heaven Time, or are they just going to give it over to Impactful is the question, and make RF Legendary's life a living bad time? As Haunter is there, there's a ward placed. The red buff isn't in vision. They're going to use the Oracle's lens, the Seeker's lens, to pick up that. He throws over a Q, tries to steal it, but no, Impactful's going to pick it up, get the red buff slow. Low Pally is going to try to follow this up with, I think he started with the Shield of Daybreak, so he cannot actually go with Zenith Blade. So they steal a red. Haunter gets the XP, and is going to be going into that bot lane with a ton of XP and hit level 2 almost instantly when he gets there for the wave. And also, this is going to set RF really far back.
RF is he's in a dangerous spot now. He didn't get to the lane very quickly, missed out on some of the minion control. He didn't have a chance to really get anything out of this. However, the question is going to be, can Haunter reach bot lane in time? And it looks like he's barely going to make it. You can see the minion line right outside the turret. He's going to reach it just as it starts reaching, as it hits the turret and the minions start dying, so he's not going to miss out really on any experience. Like, some minions died in lane, of course, but Lee Sin's not getting any of those either.
Yeah, it used to be cool trying to harass out there with the Soul Flare, but Haunter just takes the first hit and backs right on out of it, as he will go back to being level 2. He's going to hit level 3 very fast with this wave, clearing that out a ton with the burnout, as we do have this mid lane of Jackie and Stefano here. Jace Ziggs gonna look to go in through the acceleration gate, but behind him is going to be Heaven Time coming in at the right time. Gonna look for the flag and drag, cannot get the knockup though. One auto attack will slow him down. He's gonna flash forward, get the ignite of the first blood. Stefano with the flash gets the kill and dies in response. 1 for 1, but first blood gold going over to Stefano.
Stefano realized, alright, I'm dead. There's no way I can save myself in this situation. I'm gonna pick up Jackie. Jackie did go a bit too far aggressive. He could have tossed on the Ignite, maybe try to play a bit more defensively, but once that Satchel Charge was used, it was the possibility of a kill combo for Stefano once he swapped a range form, or at least got in range with the Flash. I think he was just very surprised to see Jackie keep going for the chase. Thought he might have been able just to walk out of that himself, had Jackie backed off.
Yep, and now the dive up top looking to come in, but our Legendary just safeguards out into the range minion. He looks like he doesn't want to even go anywhere near a 3v1 situation. We do have Jababy running up top on that Olaf. And it's only about half HP right now on this tier 1 turret. He goes in with the Sonic Wave, gets stunned up, gets blown up, gonna get Ignite, and gonna be flashed on here by Lolpro, who picks it up with the W. And now Jababy getting very low, flashed on, and Impactful with a Piercing Light, picks up the kill, and no one dies. A tether connects on a Haunter down bot. Auto attacks being laid in there, and he is able to stay alive, fairly healthy. But that was a very weird play from RF Legendary, and now they lose a turret for it.
RF Legendary, he's a quick draw. He's a duelist right there, because he thought, alright, if I can go in for the Q harass, I can back off immediately to Jababy and just, go in, go out, deal some pressure, get the shield off, be safe. However, he was fast about that, but Lolpro was faster. They got the stun off, they got the combo off. RF Legendary could not get out in time, and he thought he had the guns, he thought he had the quick draw, but it's not quite fast enough on the Lee Sin. I think Jababy also might have barely been out of range as well. So unfortunate, but it was a flashy play that just bit him in the butt.
Yeah, and He will pay for it. He's at 7 CS right now. Not having a good time. Nijacky's forced a flash away, drops the mines. J-Baby picking up the axe, the undertow for the reset, and will not be able to chase any further as a flash was forced out. So maybe they'll try to set something up for Stefano with another gank there. There is the inner fire not connecting to Haunter. He will back up, but with Lolpro coming in, there will be that shield for the speed up, as well as the tether connecting in and slowing them down. There's no Zenith Blade to connect as it is not in range, and that gank will be stopped as they cut it off really well.
Unfortunately for Lolpro, he just did not have his flash available and no boots as well. He was going for the quickest engage he could. That was his only chance to go for the fight, but just a bit out of range. You know, going up against a Karma Sivir, that is a fast line. Even Sivir, despite not having the ultimate, does have that extra move speed from her passive, where she lands an auto attack. So now Lolpro moving forward does get the CC on.
We're going to have the shield popped as well as the tether connecting, but they just break the range and disengage from that one. They do have J-Baby down here, though, so could look for the 3v2, 3v3, but Heaven's Time coming in again, kind of looping around towards Dragon, and maybe looking to start up Dragon, as they're leaving RF Legendary to catch up and farm to Haunter, but looking to control a global objective in that Dragon, as it looks like they'll be able to grab this one up for free. And J-Baby is coming in, throws the undertow. Could maybe look for a smite steal. He is 1 level down, comes in, cannot get the smite, and are they going to chase this down any further? Looks like no, but Lolpro now with the first Dragon of the game.
That is actually something, like looking at this a bit more, that is such a fast team from Velocity. Unfortunately, that move speed doesn't mean a whole lot if they can't be grouped up. That is the benefit for Lolpro. They have quick burst of CC, they have quick initiation, they're fast, they're not extended though. You compare that to Velocity, where they have Lee Sin, who's just very fast and has a short cooldown on his safeguard and his Q. Sivir, who has the base move speed. Karma, who has her own move speed boost. Jace, who has another move speed boost. 13 move speed. But unfortunately...
Imagine the hunt into Gate, into Ghost for J-Baby, into mantra up... What is it called? It's the mantra...
Soul Shield, I believe?
Defiance?
Inspire.
Yeah.
Inspire. I think Soul Shield was the old name.
Yeah. Oh no, see, actually, they changed the ultimate names to where they have their own name when they activate it. So it's the Defiance when Mantra's activated, which is really cool.
It's actually a neat touch on Karma because it does change up the skills quite a bit. I like that. I like that decision. But like with all that move speed, they need to have sets to actually be able to fight is the problem. And they don't necessarily have the best poke in any sort of disengage. Axes are nice, Jace Qs are nice, but they have to land some relatively tricky to land skill shots to really benefit from this move speed. And they're falling behind as well, so it may not matter if they can move fast if someone like Jackie can land the ultimate after a little bit of follow-up from Lolpro, or following up for Lolpro after he initiates, or even Heaven Time.
Yeah, that Solar Flare could be very, very troubling for movement speed composition if you lead it right. Haunter gonna go into RF Legendary. He's gonna kick him into J-Baby right now. True damage comes through, Undertow comes through. He's gonna drop Ignite and auto attacks, and RF Legendary picks up his first kill of the game. And Haunter with a very nice bait. No turret to go back to, so Haunter was like, I could chase him down, I can beat him in the trade. And then J-Baby and the brush was like, no, you can't, and they take him out.
Like RF Legendary is like, all right, cool, you positioned yourself for me. I'm just gonna kick you now. And that is a really slick play, because most people, like you said, they would go for that pressure. Shyvana can 1v1 Lee Sin quite easily at this point. Lee Sin had a very weak early game, and now transitioning into the 8-minute mark, he actually has some items, has some CS, so he should be able to stand toe-to-toe at least for a bit. But that was a really good bait from RF Legendary. You gotta give him mad props for that.
Yeah, down bot, Lolpro was looking for a Zenith Blade potential dive, and used to be cool, just pops the speed, gets out of there, and they're gonna go back. They're fairly unhealthy, and they have little to no mana, so they might be giving up this turret. But Stefano coming in from the side will look to hold that one off for them. Used to be cool. Did stop his back, as well as Viagra Pancakes getting interrupted by the Ardent Blaze there. Haunter now back up top, looking for RF Legendary. Tempest Cripple to slow him out just a little bit. He doesn't have the kick just yet, but a flag and drag from Heaven Time, as RF Legendary looking to go over the wall, gets the flash, but the flash in response is not enough, as Nijacky's sniping him out with the Mega Infernal Death Bomb.
I love that flash because no matter what RF Legendary did, he was screwed at that point. Like, alright, he dodges the bomb somehow. There's still Shyvana right behind him with Ignite available. It is unfortunate the flash got burned and essentially gained nothing, but it made that play just extra safe in picking up that kill. And the pressure onto RF Legendary, you need to keep Lee Sin down. If he's behind, he can't do anything. If he eventually gets ahead, though, or even stays even long enough in the game, that's when he gets out of control. By keeping him down now, it's going to make the lane so much safer for Haunter later on when the Lee Sin split push really comes into play. Now, the question is, can...
No, go for it.
Like, can Lee Sin come back into this? He can try and go in the jungle for a bit. He can try and pick up farm when Shyvana pushes up and try and go for another gank with the help of Jababy. And actually, Jackie in a lot of danger now.
Uh-oh, Flash and from the skies comes in, but he flashes away from it in response for Nijak. He's a flash for Flash, as well as no one dying, but Ignite goes down too. Not enough for the kill. Jababy trying to get in there with the undertows, but Haunter now coming around from the side. Gonna throw out that breath and kind of just walk back while Impactful getting dove down bot. As the tier 1 is still down there, a lot of poke coming in. He's forced to use his potions. He has the Vamp Scepter, so he'll sustain back up just fine. And Lolpro waiting on the side. Is he going to go in, though? Ward gets dropped. He uses the Shield of Daybreak, though, to try to take it out, but cannot. As a Boomerang Blade, Bouncing Blades coming in from Viagra Pancakes. Ignite gets dropped. He pops Barrier, backs on up. There is the Hunt activated, but no one else to follow up. Heaven Time coming in from the side. That Hunt will let them run right on out of there, while RF Legendary up top, despite being down. One death will be able to pick up this turret, but Haunter coming in with the Dragon's Descent. Looking for a way to catch him. Will he use the Hiku? There it is. To knock him back and stop him from getting chased down.
I mean, our Legendary at this point, he's not going to kill Shyvana. He knows it. He's like, all right, let me just kill minions, let me kill turrets, let me just kick Shyvana away whenever I can, and just completely ignore that half-dragon, because frankly, it is just not worth the effort for Legendary to even apply pressure. He just will lose out in exchanges so horribly until he finishes up either the Tiamat or possibly the Ravenous Hydra, like, depending on how he quickly wants to finish the items. Initiation coming in from Prolo.
Yeah, there's a tether connecting. Viagra Pancakes looking for the kill, but cannot dive the turret. A flash over the wall is not going to be enough to keep Used to be cool safe, as Heaven's Time gets the kill with the auto attack. Viagra Pancakes looking to see where he can go right now, but it looks like he's going to go straight to the grave, as Impactful on that Lucian will take him out. And that is a 2 for none, with a really well-timed loop around from Heaven Time. But now Stefano running into Nijaki right now, and top of the mines. The Rubber Ducky does not get Nijaki underneath, over to the Wraith wall, and that will be an easy kill over to Stefano, despite getting bursted down pretty heavily.
I mean, that is that Ziggs DPS. Regardless, though, he picks up the kill. Now he can try to apply some pressure mid lane. However, he's going to run into a Shyvana who's got some things to say to him.
He'll get knocked back, though, by the hammer, but the Ignite is enough to pick up the kill. There is the Cataclysm to keep Jababy in there. You can't Ragnarok through that one, unfortunately. Undertow's going to keep him safe. There is an empowered Inner Fire, but it's not enough, as it will be the poke from the Dragon Stick for the kill. There's another Inner Fire for a little bit of slow and some harass. I don't think Used to be Cool wants to trade his life for an attempt at Heaven Time, so he will back off and Heaven Time go to Wraiths. And that was a nice little 2 for 1.
I mean, that is the pressure of a Ziggs. Stefano goes aggressive. He got the catch onto a Ziggs, still almost died. Like that is the situation NY Jackie's in. He can keep doing poorly. Like, he can keep dying in lane. But what really matters is that he keeps up that CS count, and if he does die, that it sets up a possible kill for his team. Like, that is something Ziggs has trouble with. He can go for those aggressive kills, but you know, you have to land bouncing bombs. It's very possible to outplay him. However, if every time he gets dove on, his team picks up a kill and he's still getting good farm, you know, it's fine. Because when Stefano goes aggressive, guess what? It's easy to land all those big skill shots, all those riskier, outplayable shots.
Nijak just got chunked out, though. That was the Soul Flare as well as the Acceleration get Shock Blast. The Dragon's going to be started up here by the Piercing Light from Impactful. As now, they're going to look to initiate here. Look at the speed-ups coming in. Lolpro is not going to be able to run away. They run through the mines as well, chasing down Impactful. Viagra Pancake gets an auto attack to try to chase this one out. Nijaki's on the side, though, but Jababy's going to chase him down. Ignite comes through. He gets taken out. Pro Jackie looking to get away. It looks like a flash from Viagra Pancakes. Gets himself out of there. Heaven Time looking for potentially the Dragon Strike for the kill. Can he get it? Flash! Flag and drag for the double kill for Heaven Time. Stefano in the brush and Used to be Cool. Nice and safe now. We're going to see the Dragon get started up here. Impactful. Is he going to walk towards him is the question. It looks like he's going to use Relentless Pursuit to get over the wall. Are they going to poke him out, though? Are they going to look for the Dragon Steel? No, they cannot get it. Used to be Cool getting spotted out by a ward there, too. So they're going to back out in this tri-brush. No one else is coming over to him. And they just lost 3 members in what looked like a good fight for them and Dragon.
I mean, that was the velocity train. It went forward, it had steam, but alright, they pick up Lolpro, great pickoff. The problem is afterwards chasing into a Ziggs in the jungle, chasing into a Jarvan as well. Like, there are so many ways for Ziggs to stay protected. There are so many ways for velocity to be stopped despite their high move speed. And as a result, they get stuck in the jungle, they get caught up in the Ziggs, in the Ziggs minefield, in the impactful just AoE damage from that blinding light, able to very easily land it, or a piercing light, land it in the jungle. And just, it was looking good for a sec, and now Bronze are trying to keep the turret alive, just sitting in the enemy team.
Yeah, he just targets the sense his way back on out of there. And will stay alive, keep the turret alive, and Nijaki gets there just in time, stacking up a tier as well. It's just throwing out bouncing bombs, and his first item is a death cap, so a ton of damage for him early on.
That is a damaging Ziggs. He's not going for an Athene's build. Now, this is what you see against teams that don't have a lot of AD or AP. The only magic damage that Ziggs will really be scared of would be from a support Karma. And if support Karma and Ziggs are ever in range of each other, the fight is either at the very end of it and 4 people have died on both sides, or something has gone horribly wrong. So Jackie's not really worried about going for that Athene's now. That magic damage is not going to be too big a deal. So there is some sorts of magic damage from velocity. It's not their focus. So by going for the tier, going for the death cap, he's just going to have a lot more burst earlier on at the sacrifice of some CDR. And that can work out, especially with the ooh. Dark Legendary dead. He's trying to get out of there.
The red buff is taken away. He gets the ward jump over the wall. The solar flare connects, and the Ardent Blaze. I haven't seen that actually snipe off a kill in a long time, so good job by Impactful for that kill.
That was just an odd situation for our Legendary. There were no jungle camps up. He's like, all right, maybe I can just kind of wait this out, trying to save the ward, trying to save the ward money. But instead, that 75 gold just going to waste, and he does still go down. Initiation in the mid lane, though.
We're going to dive onto It Used to Be Cool, and now he is currently dead, and he will fall as the tier 2 turret is going to be their target. There's a shock blast connecting. That's not going to be enough to get him out of the range of the turret, and Stefano snipes off one, and we will see as there is a axe coming in from the undertow. The bouncing bomb connects. No, it does not onto Jababy, so he's able to get out of there, and more bouncing bombs being laid in from Nijak. He drops the ward of the wall. Gonna look for some harass onto Stefano, chunking him down to way below half as Viagra is trying to hold this one off. Bouncing bomb doesn't connect. Acceleration gate will get him out of there, while this turret will fall. And the satchel charge knocks them away. And that is going to be a 4-2 turrets, as well as an 8 kill lead for Lolpro.
And Lolpro is just so far ahead right now. They've got the 8k gold lead, they've got the kill lead, the turret lead, the objective lead, the map control. It is their game to lose in a sense, because with their combo, with their ability to very easily catch someone out with Leona, with Jarvan, that move speed from velocity. I mean, I'm going to make this joke because it's just there. The high velocity from velocity does not matter. Because, all right, you can move fast. That's great. But they have enough burst CC and they have enough initiation with Jarvan, with Leona, that they can catch people out anyways. Like, all right, you can move a million move speed, but if you're in a Jarvan ultimate with flash down, it does not matter. As shown in the past with Jababy being caught out. So, like, their chances now are going to be pickoffs, or if they see Jackie, in particular, make a mistake, they can just hunt him down. But all they can do with that move speed now is try and escape fights. Going without initiation, they walk into a minefield, a Jarvan, a Leona, and even Shyvana can pull people back, protect Jackie, and let him just do his Ziggs thing, which is winning team fights in terms of DPS, almost on his own.
Yeah. And the build coming in from Stefano right now, I don't know if he's rushing a Black Cleaver. We're not seeing a tier stacking, because it did get nerfed. It's kind of hard to stack it up on Jace until like 24-minute point, where then it'll be fully stacked, and you'll have your mana immunity/mirror mana. So just going for the brunt end of damage, and we do actually see a Ascension used there to give them some movement speed as they wanted to try to catch anybody out. There's an Oracle's Lens being used out by Heaven Times, looking for some wards but cannot find any. And the ultimate from Nijaki is used. Does he pick up the blue buff? It looks like no. Stefano does get that one. He uses the acceleration gate, backs on out, and they're looking to maybe siege up this mid inhibitor turret while Haunter chases down RF Legendary, stands there, and kind of just lets him walk out.
All right, Egad, I got a question for you. Do you believe in the Lee Sin ultimate? Because I think that's going to be what it comes down to. Can RF Legendary get a resonating strike, or possibly onto a Lee Sin ward with a safeguard, and then kick someone back? Because if not, I don't see how they start to fight reliably.
They could just run in face first and try to avoid bombs. I don't know. Like you said, the Lee Sin kick could be the big game changer here. We'll see if our Legendary has it in him. And if he kicks an Nijaki or Impactful in, that'll be pretty good for the fight. We do have 2 wards being dropped out there. The pink ward dropped out as well to take all that out. Soul Flare connects, does a ton of damage, as well as Shock Blast for Stefano there. They have a lot of good poke. They can siege pretty well, and they can hold turrets really well. There is a big wave building up in mid, and the side of Velocity here, holding off this push pretty well. Not too much damage thrown into that turret.
They're landing their poke, and that is imperative for them to do so. You compare that to Jackie, who's going to be the brunt of the poke coming out from Lolpro. All right, Jackie can land some bombs every now and then, but like I've said before, it's not the easiest skill to land, and people do have a lot of issues trying to land constant bouncing bombs, just because it is a slow spell, and you see that thing coming. So, if they can keep landing that poke, you know, they do hold off the turrets. However, and the open ground will be the scary point for Velocity. That will be their moment of fear where they could be initiated on. But if they can actually back out, and they definitely have the skill to do so, they can stall this game on. That might hold them from team fights and just keep them in the game.
Yeah, and Jace going back to base now, cradling his hammer, will pick up the Black Cleaver. And now sitting on a Vamp Scepter, so gonna look for maybe Bloodthirster, Blade of the Rune King, picks up a Ravenous Hydra that could work for hammer form, but it won't work for the crossbow form, the sieging form that he has, which would be very interesting. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe Bloodthirster, just keep it standard. And now Dragon can be initiated here. Side of Lolpro will be able to snag them on away. Smite comes in and Heaven Time gets it. That's their third Dragon of the game, and they still have a nice gold lead.
Yeah, Jababy unfortunately not in the area to go for those snipes. Hanser, they activate the Oracle Sweeper to see if there's any wards so Hanser can retreat, but Hanser wasn't even the brush to begin with. And the issue that Lolpro is having now is that they've been going for like objectives, they've been going for a lot of stuff across the map, and they've been successful, but now the question is, how do they start breaking down those inner turrets? It's going to be a lot easier for Velocity to respond to that compared to an outer turret compared to the Dragons. And Dragons are nice, but they're not necessarily game winners on their own. You still have to crack that base eventually. So the question is, how do they group up? How do they try and survive the poke against someone like Stefano, who he landed that one accelerated gate shock blast combo onto Jackie, and that just took him down to half HP. Like, there was some damage on before, but yeah. It's a ton of damage coming out from that Jace.
Yeah, especially with the armor reduction. With no armor currently on Nia Jackie, and with, let's see, if Black Cleaver actually does get fully stacked on him, that'll be 5%, so 25% in total away from Nia Jackie's current, what is that? That's not 76, that's not him. 42 armor. He's going to be sitting very dangerously low on armor there, and could get bursted out potentially by a lot of this 80 in the composition of Velocity. And also that Black Cleaver is going to help out because it does apply to everybody if they are hit by the Shock Blast. And Stefano could be really key for these team fights.
Yeah, Stefano with the Black Cleaver, it's interesting. It is definitely sacrificing a lot of his own burst, but there are 4 heavy 80 damage sources on his team. And with that, it makes a lot of sense for someone to go for an early Black Cleaver. And Stefano can land a lot of poke, can definitely benefit his team with it. For example, Olaf has to survive. Lee Sin needs his lifesteal. It's risky for Jace to not be a bursty champion, but if it makes the rest of his team deal more damage, it might be worth it. As actually Viagra Pancakes gets initiated on.
Solar Flare on top of that one used to be cool, looking to go down. Nia Jackie picks up that one. Cataclysm on Stefano trying to keep him out of the fight. He flashes away. Jababy's still stuck in there. There's the Ragnarok and Ghost. UC's trying to get out, but Dragon Strike from Heaven Time picks up that one, as that is now a 2 for none. And now a tier 2 going to go down, and possibly an inhibitor turret in that bot lane, as this is going to be the 4-man siege.
The 4-man siege, but 23 minutes in the game. Respawn times aren't that long, so maybe the baby can make it back in time. I'm used to be cool, should be alive for at least the inhibitor turret push. I'd expect the turret to go down, because there is no one there to protect it right now, but the inhibitor maybe can survive. It's going to be a tough one, because even if they do have all 4 members with split push top, even a 5v5, it's going to be tough to hold it.
Very, very tough to hold that one. Stefano looking to come in. Dodges away, actually knocks him back. Heaven Time going to be able to flash out of there. There is the Dragon's Ascent. Lolpro picks up 1 on Stefano. He gets ignited. Gonna look like he gets to escape, as now Hanser just wreaking havoc in the back line. Picks up 1, and Lolpro did not survive. I'm sorry, rest in peace. He did fall to the ignite, but the inhibitor fell as well. There's a nice wave in that mid lane building up. Hanser gonna get slowed out there by the Soul Flare, as well as Night Jackie just eats the full ones to the face. Bouncing bombs coming in. He sees the satchel to get out. This turret getting dangerously low. Undertow does connect. Jababy cannot get into the backline though, so they will be able to just scatter their ways out of there. And Lolpro now with an inhibitor up, they have 12 more kills and 14,000 extra gold. They're gonna steal away a blue buff and maybe look to push mid or Baron.
I mean, they've got so much control of the map again. I do love how the real defense came out when I used to be cool, and Jababy land pokes, and it really chunked people down underneath the mid turret. The problem and the reason Lolpro couldn't finish off was that respawn timers are just a bit too short. However, with that inhibitor down, there's really nothing Velocity can do in terms of holding the game out. They need to go for this Desperation Baron. However, that Desperation Baron is going to be met from a less desperate Baron attempt, or at least Baron setup from Lolpro, and this is it. If they fight, they die, the game is essentially over.
We'll see. We've seen teams come back from worse, and they're going to look to back off. If they can get some good poke and maybe some surprise damage onto that Baron, they could eventually steal it. But I don't think Lolpro want to try to throw that one away. They're going to just go back into keeping Hanser in top and everybody else in mid and push down that inhibitor turret. As it might be a flank, actually, from Velocity, who are waiting on the side. Not spotted out just yet. They're going to be all grouped up in that brush. Imagine just a blind Solar Flare. There's the speed. There's everything. They're coming in from the back right now. Solar Flare lands onto RF Legendary, and IJackie throws out the ultimate. Cataclysm keeping 2 members in there right now. Lolpro is just tanking everything in the front. Impactful picks up 1. He's on a rampage. IJackie going to pick up the auto attack on Stefano and take him down. As now the Piercing Light and Gunslinger passive take down Viagra Pancakes, and I used to be cool. Triple kill for Impactful. And everybody is just laughing in chat right now as they thought that would work, but it did not, and that is going to be GG as Velocity fall to Lolpro.
They got decimated, and the Lolpro, they know how badly that fight went for them. That was just lambs to the slaughter. If Jackie didn't have Flash Up, then maybe they could have burned him down and tried to survive the damage from Impactful. But with all the summoners available on Jackie and Impactful, actually just the Flashes in particular, they're able to very easily kite out and just... The Jarvan ultimate stopping Olaf, and Lee Sin not having his Flash Up able to get out of the pit. The Ziggs damage, the Leona just getting the stun. Like, there was so much CC and kite coming out from Lolpro that the high move speed, the velocity train, it did not matter at that moment.